Good morning, students. In today's session, we are going to discuss geography as a discipline. Now, the moment I say geography as a discipline, what does it mean? It means that where does geography stand in today's world? In other words, what is exactly geography about? The moment we take the name of the word geography, or it comes in your mind that I am going to choose the subject geography, another thing simultaneously will come in your mind. What's exactly geography about? What are we going to study in geography? Very clearly, I have told you earlier also, geography comprises of two words, geo plus graphy. Geo means earth and graphy means description of the surface of the earth. The moment we describe the surface of the earth or we think of describing the earth, each and every phenomena, physical, human, living, non-living, in water, in space, in politics, in agriculture, and many other different fields comes under the purview of geography. You can say it's explaining the big picture. Explaining the big picture means a huge world. We live in a world with full of diversity, and describing this world of diversity is what geography about. Further, you can see it studies, as I told you, all physical features of the earth's surface, including climate, distribution of plant, animal, human life. Three main parts: physical, human and environmental. So, how is geography important to us? Geography provokes and answers so many questions about natural and human worlds. There is different level of inquiry. How did this happen? When did this happen? Where did it happen? All these things are answered in the subject of geography. You develop the knowledge of place, you develop the knowledge of environment, you understand the maps, you investigate the problems inside and outside the classroom. All this is geography. It explains the past, it illuminates the present and prepares us for the future. So, what does it mean? That geography tells us about the past. What was the natural condition, what was the condition of the earth or the environment or the nature in the past. And it illuminates the present, that how that planning of the past has affected the present, and it alerts us for the future also. If we continue in the same way, we are going to benefit like this or we are going to be harmed like this, so that we can change our way or approach to the progress and development. One thing is very clear, we cannot stop the development. We cannot stop the development because it's a constant process. We have to grow with the world, and once we have to grow with the world, naturally we cannot stop the things where they are. Progress will go on, development will go on, but learning from our past, we have to mend our future. You all know there are two major branches of geography, physical and cultural. Physical geography, as already discussed, tells you about the physical features, landscape, climate, atmosphere, hydrosphere, all that becomes the part of physical geography. It becomes very important what kind of features, what kind of landscape different countries have, because these landscapes, they affect the vegetation, they affect the climate, they affect the economy of a nation. Therefore, physical geography is a key to understand history, economics, weather, rescue management, and humanity in general. It determines what parts are wet, dry, cold, warm, and why are they so. Geography explains the physical geography explains the spatial characteristics of various natural phenomena, volcanoes, earthquake, tides, waves, ocean currents, etc. Earth's hydrosphere, biosphere, atmosphere, and lithosphere. They are all explained under physical geography. Physical geography and different branches of natural sciences. Geography is linked with the study of astronomical locations and deals with latitude and longitude. The shape of the earth is geoid, but the basic tool of a geographer is a map, which is two-dimensional representation of the earth. The problem of converting geoids into two dimensions can be tackled by projections constructed graphically. The cartographic and quantitative techniques require sufficient proficiency in mathematics, statistics, and econometrics. Cartography is what? The study of map is known as cartography. Now you will think, how maps are prepared? Maps are prepared through artistic imagination, making sketches, mental maps, and cartographic work require proficiency in arts. The traditional physical geography is linked with geology, meteorology, hydrology, pedology, geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, and soil geography. If we see the relationship between geography and social sciences, every discipline has a philosophy and has a history. As already discussed, geography on the whole, how did it evolve? What were the approaches to study geography? What were the thinking of the previous geographers who founded the concepts? That is the philosophy of geography. So every subject, whether it's history, whether it's geography, whether it's political science, has some kind of philosophy on the basis of which it develops. In the same way, which philosophy occurred when? What were the main features of that philosophy? Then as the earth changed, as the development took place, as the knowledge developed, what were the changes at that time? So all this becomes the history. In which era, in which period, what development occurred? What kind of formation of coal in which period? Which you have already done also. Tertiary foundations, Gondwana period. So these tertiary period, Gondwana period, the moment we start talking about them, they refer to history. History of geographical thought as mother branch of geography is included universally in the curriculum. Without knowing when did this happen, it is very difficult to study the subject. All the social science disciplines, sociology, political science, economics, demography, that is the study of population, all are the different aspects of social reality. The branches of geography, social, political, economic, and population, are linked closely with these disciplines. The core concern of political science is territory, the delimiting of constituencies, spread up of different parties in different area. All this is the purview of political geography. Economy or economics deals with basic attributes: production, distribution, exchange, and consumption. But remember, whenever we talk in geographical terms, we will always be talking about spatial distribution of these concepts. So you can see very clearly that geography has a strong interface with natural and social sciences. It follows its own methodology of studying, which makes it distinct from others. But we cannot deny our relationship it with other subjects. All the disciplines, see, have their own individual scope, but it does not mean that if we study them interrelated, we are going to be interrupted or obstructed by something. Geographers use the data obtained from their sister disciplines and then they synthesize over a space. See, one thing I'll repeat again and again, the most important thing is that geography is the study of space, spatial distribution of everything. Maps are a very effective tool of geographers, as you know, in which the tabular data is converted into visual form to bring out the spatial pattern. So up till here, we have discussed what is geography about and its relations with other disciplines. I hope the concepts are clear.